Tales by the Fireside, BJ's Tale. Rascally old BJ, a right Jeremiah Greengrass type rogue, and tight as a proverbial duck's. He came to Glastonbury from Liverpool and decided to become a hippie and live in a truck on a traveller's site. From a city hard man to that life. Wow. He liked the life and decided to investigate the pagan ways. He came to me one day and told me he wanted to take the step and initiate himself to the goddess. We set a time and he arrived with the silk cord I had told him to get. New virgin or clean silk cord. Simple enough request, I would have thought. He brought silk all right. Unfortunately, there were curtain ties he'd blagged from his window, which were duly blessed and pressed into the service of the goddess and wrapped around his not inconsiderable girth. I recall a trip he, 2 others and myself made to Ireland. We shared the travel costs to attend the Beltane ceremony with the Rose Grove. On the return journey, we were pulled aside at the port by armed customs officers. Tyres were taken away to be x-rayed, sniffer dogs brought into the van, and body pat-downs performed. The female officer was patting me down and musing about intimate body searches. I was horrified. What a way to treat a legitimate law-abiding passenger. I had no second thoughts and no hesitation, I'm proud to say, in letting off a silent but deadly in her face as she patted me down. Thankfully, she decided against an intimate search. The fun was not over yet. First Kim's case got searched. How she grinned as they began unsuspectingly opening a well-sealed package. It was well sealed because it contained horribly smelly clothes that she had been swimming in a river, and then left for a week to rot and fester in a hot stuffy van for days. Soon it was my time. Oh! She's unwrapping my altar cloths. I see her seize my athame and hold it up to show the other officers. Dangerous weapon, she trills. It's now or never, I thought, as I looked at my blade, so blunt it couldn't cut paper. Using my best invoking voice, I looked at her and said, Dangerous weapon? How dare you? That, madam, is an athame. It was mined from earth, forged by fire, tempered with pure running water, consecrated by air, and, I paused briefly, my menstrual flow runs through the handle. Yuck! She exclaimed, dropping it instantly back into the bundle of cloth. They sent us to sit in an empty hangar-type building for way too long. I was cold, bored, really getting fed up. I turned to Kim and asked her if she could play Scotland the Brave on her Irish whistle. Nope. Me neither, I said with a wink. Let's learn. It took just 20 minutes of high B's and C's and E's played randomly and bouncing round the tin walls and roof before they let us go. We were soon on our way, and in fine spirits again. I love the pomp and ceremony of ritual, the incense smoke rising, the candles glittering, the salt glistening crystalline white as the candle flame flickers, the robes, the staffs. Bring it on. The grove I learn and grow with, are based in the Midlands of Ireland. The Archdruidess or Bandroy Eileen Lawrence, a woman who looks and is formidable, keeps us all on our toes and growing. Besides being formidable, she's a much-loved mum and granny, and has the wisest, kindest and bravest heart I have ever connected with up to now. She would often ask me to write a ritual for the forthcoming ceremony. None of your trimmings here, girl. We wear simple black robes and no tools to speak of save a staff and druid fluid. As the rhyme goes, we call ourselves the Druids. We drink strange and fermented fluids. I recall one Samhain rite that she asked me to produce. I thought I'd done a good job and began reading out to her. Oh no, not sure about that. Okay, take that bit out. Yes, like that. No, scratch that. Now, what have we left? I began. We are standing here in silence. Yes, she said, I like that. What's next? That's it. That's all you left us with, I said. We began to giggle. That story of the shortest ritual I have ever written. I had spent some of the day gathering wood for the bonfire, a task I enjoy. Eileen is lucky enough to have a cottage out in an acre of land. There is also an oak grove planted by Eileen, who got to hear that some young oak trees had been ripped out to make way for the building work. It's a truly magical place to be, leaves highlighted by moonlight or stars twinkling through the leaves at me as I look in the crisp chill air. No light pollution or traffic smeared air, just quietness, and the chance to reflect on how much the saplings have grown since I saw them last. Bright leaves flutter in the light wind, shiny, perfect and strong, dancing with life as the branches stretch wide in joy. Priceless, these moments of oneness. And nothing is or is not there, only being. Modern life robs us of these experiences, unless we are alive in the moment, or then again we could argue about it leaving space and means for other experiences, like lighting the bonfire and the imbibing of the druid fluids. Dave, a 6-foot-tall, lanky, skinny doctor of homeopathy, with a liking for wearing psychedelic flared trousers, he has them made. He plays the sax very well, and this year he added fire dancing to his repertoire. Sadly, the sax got expensively damaged when Dave fell into the embers of our bonfire. It was here I initiated on the crossing of 2 hair tracks. It was once winter solstice, and no time to be hanging round in fields with no shoes on. Thank heavens we get to wear robes. Nevertheless, it was one of the happiest days of my life. Dave and I were soon good buddies, and one day he said he wanted a tarot reading as he had a dilemma. I saw him months later, and he told me he had taken my advice and things had gotten worse. Would I do him another reading? The next time we caught up, I am once again told, I've taken your advice and it's all gone pear-shaped. Have you any other advice for me? Yeah, I replied, stop taking my advice.